A little about each other right up front. How many of you, like me, think it's bizarre to think that one day there's going to be grandmothers named Brittany? My grandma Amber, my grandma Caitlin. That's going to be a real thing in 35 years. She'll be married to Grandpa Hudson. It's weird, right? And I hope they name their kids Edith and Mabel and we come full circle. I hope they do. So I did something that people never do anymore, and I didn't realize it till I did it. I gave my children first names. I know some of you don't feel bad. It's a trend. Some of you are sitting right here with last names as first names. You know what I'm talking about. Taylor, Tyler, Tucker, Tanner, Mason, Morgan, Madison, Connor, Carson, Jackson, Jefferson, Hunter, Logan, Flynn. These are last names. And if you have two last names, you sound like a walking law firm. That's what you sound like. That's too much pressure to go to college. A kid named Hunter Flynn can't dig ditches. He's got to make something out of himself, right? He's got to do something. When I say people do this, I mean Americans. This is strictly an American problem. You've never met a Mexican guy who said, "Hi, I'm Lopez Gomez." You've never met him. Never once. Hasn't really taken off in that culture, if you know what I mean. Gotta be careful what you name children. Even if you think you've been careful, you gotta watch out for initials, especially like if you got a last name with a double meaning like I do. I was at my mother's house helping her clean out old boxes, and we found a flight itinerary. Back in the days before the internet had everything, they used to mail you an itinerary for everybody who was going on the trip. It had all your last names. We all have the same last name in my family, and the first initial of everybody else. Our last name is Straight. My name is Christopher. My brother's name is Patrick. C straight and P straight. I'm 43. My brother is 36. It never dawned on this woman until that moment what she had done. She sees that and just starts laughing hysterically. I stopped her. I go, "What are you laughing at? You named us." She goes, "No, that's not why it's funny." I go, "Well, then why is it funny?" "Because you're blind as a bat and your brother can't aim." You really earned that joke, Ma. You really did. Oh, rough having kids. I got kids myself, 4 kids. I name my daughter's my oldest. And I remember I'm realizing when she was born, people do try to help out parents now in ways they didn't used to before. Like there was the free meal for a while there. Remember that every restaurant you went to? Kids eat free. Kids eat free. Don't they always? Were you splitting the check with a 6-year-old before that song? Was the kid offering? I want to meet this kid. He's going stands up when the check gets there. "No, Mom, Dad, I got this. I got this. You guys work hard, and I just sold a treehouse, got a big commission, so obviously these restaurants, their heart is in the right place, but I think it would be more fair if they gave a discount for the whole table based on the amount of kids you had. But no, it's exactly what it sounds like. Kids eat free, adults full price. So they make you lie to them. "Oh, the kids eat free, but we gotta pay. Then I'll have the Jell-O and he'll have the steak." "Yeah, 20-ounce T-bone. Put it on the high chair." You heard me, that's it. "We're gonna be a while. He kind of gums it to death. Is that okay with you?" People ask me all the time, "You saving for college?" "No, I got a master's degree. Look what I do." No, it's true. I actually got a bachelor's degree in history. And then when I got out of school, imagine that, none of the big history factories were hiring. So I went back into school for psychology, got my master's degree, but halfway through I got on stage for the first time, fell in love with it, and never looked back. Now, I have no regrets, but I'm sure my parents needed a little more convincing. That's why I don't care how much you love your parents. I love mine to death. You're mad at something they did to you growing up. Don't get revenge in a way that ruins your own life. Take some planning and have a laugh together. I got a master's degree in clinical psychology. That's what you got to do. Do what I did. Let them pay for 7 years of college. Then on graduation day, say, "I'm going to be a comedian." That works. The look on my mother's face was worth every test. mean like in Vegas? Close, Utah. That's where the money at, mama. That's where I go. Oh, no. Besides, you can't give kids advice based on now. And the world changes too fast. Your advice becomes obsolete. Like the baby boomers, they heard from their Depression-era parents, get in with a company at the bottom, work your way to the top, because that worked for them. But when they grew up, it was all about education. They couldn't move ahead, so they told my generation, stay in school. We heard it like a mantra, stay in school, stay in school. Now we've all got master's degrees and we're comedians. So before I tell my kids anything, I gotta be a fortune teller. I gotta see who's gonna be running things in 20 years. You think I'm telling my daughter to stay in school? I'm telling her Chinese guys are hot. I'm not the only one with this plan. I'm glad to hear it. That's good. No, I stayed in school forever. But I told my daughter, you want to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, I'm happy to pay for it. But if you want to get a philosophy degree, just so you can know why they want fries with that, you're doing that one on your own dime, sweetie. I'm not doing that. But I've gone, I performed at schools, both universities, I've gone, helped my kids out. I have kids at different levels, junior high, elementary, and I'd love to tell you, I hate it when people say stuff, oh, the schools don't have enough money. Translation, teachers don't have enough money. All right, the schools themselves are doing fine. It's just not trickling down to the people I think deserve the money the most. But thank you. For those of you at home, that was a half the room applause break. That was, the rest of you are like, no, they're paid just fine. Right, because they have the money when they need to have the money. My daughter brought home her school pictures, and it was like a headshot for a modeling agency. It was really well done. I said, honey, you look beautiful. She goes, yeah, it was like the 5th shot. I said, what? Yeah, she got to pick her school picture in the chair. Took it, showed her, didn't make her get up till she found one she liked. How jealous are you right now? Remember what we went through? We had to wait 3 to 6 weeks, and then this showed up in the mail. Clap if you can remember at least one really bad school picture you had growing up. Wow. For those of you watching at home, that was everybody. Might as well have said clap if you're a carbon-based life form. Thank you. We're the last generation that'll have that character-building moment. Remember that? You looked at the school picture, you saw it for the first time, and your aunts and uncles had already ordered the wallet size. You were committed to that thing. You went, boy, I better develop a personality. Ain't getting nothing on my looks for at least 12 months.